I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up.
Hello. Welcome to tonight, Ain't to Ink, Incarceration to Incorporate. Paul, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Marie.
Okay, how you doing, Paul? I would like to say, how you doing? Welcome, Paul, to the show. You're no stranger to the show. You have been on here before. But before I introduce Paul, I would like to say I want to give a shout out to Mr. Julius Hall and Mr. AB. He's the brain of Incarceration to Incorporate, and Mr. Hall is the fabulous man who allows us to come in and to share our stories, and so to give us a safe space to share our story. And I would like to say to our my co-host, Mr. Julius Campbell, who is off, he needs some rest. He's probably doing some homework or something. Give him that, and we'll see him the next time when he's on the show. But Mr. Paul, I want you to come in, introduce yourself, tell me your affiliation with Incarceration.
Well, I'm Paul Thompson. I'm originally from Savannah, definitely a native, born in Memorial Medical Center, Waters Avenue. My affiliation with Incarceration is I was incarcerated for 10 years for armed robbery. But life is much different now.
Exactly. How long have you been home, Paul?
Actually, Marie, it's going on 10 years. Haven't been in any more trouble. And just been supporting just been doing some things to support my community and build myself up as a man. That's all.
Yeah, well, that's very good. And tonight's show is we're coming on to change the narrative of how society see returning citizen. I said that tonight, I wanted to say that Paul is destined for greatness. It's not, as Julius Campbell would say, I may have started off wrong, but look at me now, I'm finishing strong. And Paul is doing phenomenal things, not just that, he is also doing his own podcast, Paul and Paul, and he's going to elaborate on those things that he is doing. So Paul, guess what, we know where you done been. That's
right.
You're not there anymore. So tell us about this Paul, this man right now. Go ahead, Paul, take it away.
So actually, Maria, if you remember correctly, this is kind of like a year update, kind of. Because I think last year I was doing financial literacy in the city for free. And now, I've grown a lot. And, we're working with OAA Savannah has allowed me to be introduced to Savannah Community Land Trust. And that's one of the things I definitely want to talk about. It's a nonprofit organization bringing sustainable, affordable housing to Savannah. We're not talking about apartment style living like projects and stuff like that. We're talking about actual single family homes where people can actually own homes that are affordable and have long-term affordability in that. Plus, they can also sell the house once they build themselves up to where they no
Mm-hmm.
longer need the affordable housing. They want to go
Yeah,
get a nice house. You know what I mean? They have they the resale is capped to a certain degree so that it's affordable for the next family.
that's
So
very
yes, so here I am, like you said, we know my past, but here I am, not only helping my community, but like future generations of Savannahans in this
right.
area. Because we know that, with the in market arena that's coming in and it's affecting West Savannah negatively, good and bad, good and bad. I ain't gonna say negatively all, but good and
Right.
bad. But it's really putting a lot of pressure and stress on the residents because it's causing housing prices to go up,
Mm-hmm.
especially in that immediate area. We
Right.
also do know that the city has plans to do some other stuff with that area that's not resident friendly. Actually, it will actually cause some of the residents to move out of the West Savannah area, and we don't want that. We
That's
want our historical black neighborhoods to stay historical black neighborhoods.
right. So, Paul, say if somebody wanted to get in there, what is the land trust you said? Is that the
Savannah
name?
Community Land Trust, yes.
So if somebody wanted that information, where would they have to go to get that information?
Well, you can contact me at Paul Thompson. You see my name on the screen. That's exactly my name on Facebook. You can contact me, inbox me. I'll send out a link to our website. We are working on a financial literacy program that's going to help people understand what it means to be in a house, how to budget, because that's something that we haven't really been taught in our community on a large scale. So a lot of us don't know how to budget our money.
You're right.
Um, so we're going to help people to understand to make that transition from apartment living or project living to living in a house that's theirs.
Right. So, Paul, let me ask you this. Have you taken that information that you have in helping people is really good. Like, have you want to join like with the EOA and to do they have housing program and they have them
Yes,
certain people to come in and they can pay you like to come in and to speak of that knowledge that you have to give the people about housing and to help.
yes. I think we're working on a memorandum of understanding with them
Mm-hmm.
to use some of the people that's using that program to be some
Mm-hmm.
of our first clients and get them some housing because I do
Right.
believe in that program. They do have a first home buyers program where they give
They,
them, I
they
believe
do.
it's like $10,000 to $12,000 to put that on the down payment. And the way that this model is being done, like that's going to be a big help for a lot of the people.
Right.
Big
So
help for a lot of people.
I think that you should get in contact. I know the director over there, Mr. Terry Tober, and I think that you should
Okay.
get in contact with him, and then you can join them in giving the people the information so that when they come out, they'll know, you have your business cards or whatever, Paul, and they'll know
Right.
to help assist because budgeting is something that I'm really bad on. So anyway, so tell me what else, Paul. You got a podcast going on also, Paul. Tell me about your podcast.
Yes, I have a podcast with another Paul Stevens the second, who is a financial advisor, and it's called Two Paws on the Pod. We talk about Savannah, the growth pains, the good, the bad, you know, but we try to keep it a solution based podcast because yes,
Yeah.
there's things that are happening. Yes, Savannah, the residents of Savannah, the residents of Savannah are under a lot of pressure when it comes to housing and things like that. But there are solutions to these things. Like the in market arena is here. Well, there are certain businesses that can be uh, created by the residents of Savannah to help support the in market arena. So we talk about those things. The
Mm-hmm.
Hyundai plant is coming to Bullock County. Savannah Tech has a program or is getting a program that specifically is going to be geared towards what Honda wants at that plant. So these
Wow.
are things that we talk about that people can start doing, encouraging their kids to do or do themselves for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can have a good living, good wage. We also give some business information and financial information. One of the big things that we always tell people is do your own research.
Mhm.
Plus, it's an election year, sister. You know that, right?
Yes, it is.
Savannah's Savannah's going through an election. So
Yeah.
we are working to get as many candidates of this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming election on our
Mm-hmm.
podcast. We have, I believe, 3 or 4 scheduled already, but we want to get everybody, the old,
Yeah.
the new, everybody. Let them come
Right.
and give their spiel, tell what, tell who they are and what you plan on doing for Savannah and the residents of Savannah, not just
Right.
the ones that's coming in and spending money. 'Cause that's gonna happen. But
Right.
what about us? But
I
what
like
about us?
yeah. What about us? I like that,
Yeah,
Paul. Now look, returning citizens, he is not what he used to be. He is not what he used to be. He may have started off wrong, but he is finishing strong. He has so many things that he have going on the podcast. He's financial savvy because he's real smart. What about that crypto, Paul?
yeah,
Remember
yeah. I still invest in crypto.
you do?
I still
Yes,
invest. Yes,
Paul.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let me tell you something, Paul. Money, currency is not going to be the thing after a
No,
while. I,
it's just
and
gonna be
that I do know. Currency is not going to be the thing. So people need that information. They need, like, you know what? I keep saying the EOA because I can see you giving classes there. I don't know if you already have a building, but I can see you actually giving classes there and people paying you to educate, especially African Americans. It because we're not.
understood.
Yes, African Americans need. I'm not race disclaimer. I'm not a
No, no,
racist.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
I'm
And no,
right.
but sister, just like I said earlier, these things not taught on a large scale in our community. So yes,
It's
we
not.
need that. I don't think
Yeah.
you should or have to apologize for saying that African American or Black people, we need this, and this is things that we need to be taught because it's true.
Yes.
They they've been taught these things, and I mean, we can tell. You know what I'm saying for so long. You know what I mean. Which is why
Mhm.
they are. Which is why they not the ones in the projects, and we are. Which is why
Right.
they are the ones who own a lot more businesses that have been sustainable for long periods of time, 20,
Mhm.
30, 40, 50 years, and we haven't.
Right.
But it's our time now. We
Yes.
waking up now.
Yes. We have to wake up.
Yes.
Fred and Julius and Fred and I, we took the kids, the kids that we have for the Tyro program at 8011 Waters Avenue. We took the kids to the apprenticeship. And the apprenticeship people were speaking on, Paul, about the Hyundai and how they
Hmm.
take it. And they're going to be a part of also going into the Hyundai, I guess the warehouse, wherever they doing the cars, and they have a hand in that. And they were saying that's what they were talking about, Paul. Young people making a career for themselves. I like what the apprenticeships also said. That would be a good thing for returning citizens to get into apprenticeship. The lady was saying that the man started there when he was 18. He's
Hmm.
55. They pay your pension. So Paul, he withdrew from his pension 1.5 million
Mm.
at 55.
At
So I think
55.
at 55,
From
I
from
said, Paul, let's
18 now. That's 27
yes,
years. What's that? 37 years? No, not
uh-huh.
37. 27
No,
years.
no,
27, right?
guess, guess
Time.
what I told guess what I told the lady, Paul. I say I need an application. The young man,
And see,
yesterday, Paul, the young man was saying how the way he drove to Texas, just for him driving to Texas, they paid him $1,000. He didn't even work
mm,
yet. And then
yeah,
they brought some of their students in. One was 19 years old, and he done been to 2 places, and they pay for you to go where they need for you. Say if they want you to go to Texas, they pay for you room and board, all of that. So I think the apprenticeship is very good. And what are you speaking on, Paul? How you said that Savannah Tech would take and get those kids prepared to go work to the Hyundai factory or warehouse,
yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
Yes.
And then another thing, you know, let's not just look at the people let's just not be the warehouse workers. Let's also look at being the managers. Now they have I believe it's 1,500 of the Asian race coming over here. Well, guess
Mm-hmm.
what? There's
What?
gonna have to be some interpreters there. So it'll be a good time to learn whatever language of the people coming here. That's a money maker and
And then you
opportunity for
and then you get
somebody.
paid more money when you know how to interpret it, what they're
Yes,
saying. So an interpreter.
absolutely.
I
And
think that's
then
really good.
yeah, cause see, how I see it, and I'm not saying I'm right, but I believe that they're gonna bring their leaders over here to teach and train, and then after some period of time, they're gonna cut down that workforce, and then who's gonna have to take over? Us,
Right.
right? So
Right.
why not go ahead and get some managerial experience, education? Why not get
Right.
some HR education? And like I said, you know, because it is one thing to work hard, and trust me, I know about working hard. When I first got out, Marie,
Mm-hmm.
I used to work for Snipes Home and Construction. Thank
Mm-hmm.
for Scotty Snipe,
Uh-huh.
for believing in somebody that was just getting out and that can work for high end construction company, right?
Wow.
Because I helped build some houses downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so I know what hard work is, but it's a different thing to be able to manage something. And now
Right.
you don't have to work as hard. Now you're
Right.
not as tired when you get home. Now you know you can spend time with your spouse and your kids. You may have to answer more phone calls a little later in the day, but
Right.
your body not tired.
Yes. I took when I first came home, I was working 3 jobs, Paul. I was working 3 jobs. I was just so excited to be home. That's out.
Right,
What is that? I
right.
can't. Okay, it sounds like something's falling.
It's rain. It just
Oh,
started
where
raining.
where are you? Which part
I'm
of town
in
you on?
West Savannah.
Oh, because I'm over here. It is sunny over here. I'm in
You
East
on the east
over
side?
East side.
East Savannah?
Mm-hmm. I'm in East
Come on,
Savannah.
you know some Savannah weather. You know how Savannah weather is.
Oh yeah, it's so crazy. So
You know
but
how
Paul,
Savannah
so
weather is.
it's just so crazy. And so but Paul, okay, so what else are you doing? You got the crypto, you have your podcast, and what else are you doing? Phenomenal.
Like I said, the Savannah Community Land Trust bringing affordable housing here to Savannah. So I know you was talking about the picture. So I was at
Yeah.
City Hall
Mm-hmm.
and I was having the conversation with some of the city officials about, you know, what they can do to help the land trust be a reality in the city. And
Right.
throughout that conversation, let's just say this: the dream is more a reality now than it ever has been before.
Wow, that's so good, Paul. I
The
am
dream
I'm
is way more of a reality now than it ever has been before. And so, just a little bit about the land trust. It has been an official 501c, I believe, since 2019 or 20, but the pandemic
mm-hmm.
held it back. The pandemic
Okay.
held a lot of stuff back.
Okay.
And um, oh man, this last year and a half has just been such an amazing turnaround
Mm-hmm.
that I'm literally blown away and humbled at the same time.
That's really
It's
good.
and I know you were saying something about me being able to get paid to teach at the EOA, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I want to bring that to your remembrance. So you know, I was doing this for free.
Right. I heard you say
Anyway,
that. I
I'm
heard
doing
you
this for
say
free
that.
anyway. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind that because I do understand that not everybody's going to be able to afford that type of training or information. And me
Right.
as a person who had to learn this stuff for myself. Now, see, I paid for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then as a leader, what is a leader supposed to do? A leader goes out, figure out what's needed what's needed to help build up himself and the people around him, and then he gives those things.
Wow.
Now, if I get compensated for it in the long run, hey, God, let God be great. But
Yes.
my main goal right now is just helping people. It's just
Right.
getting people to understanding. I mean, a lot of stuff they can look it up on YouTube,
Hmm.
which would be very humbling if they, somebody chose to listen to me, because there's a lot of other people doing this.
Right.
But I do want to make sure that I let the people of Savannah know what we're doing. That I do want to
Right.
make sure I let returning citizens know that, hey, look, yep, we did stuff, but we can definitely change the narrative. We don't have to be a statistic. We don't have to fit in nobody's box but your own. But make sure you
But
create your box right.
right. That's the thing. And so, Paul, like, say, okay, so Paul, I like that. So, say if I wanted to buy a house, right? It doesn't matter
Hmm.
if I, it does not matter if I was a returning citizen about getting a loan or anything.
No, the only thing with the affordable housing is you have to be 80% under the average median income. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be honest, sister, that's the majority of the people in Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
The average median income is like
Okay, you say
six.
because you had frozen.
Oh, I said the thing about it is you have to be like 80% of the average median income to get the best benefit out of the land trust. But we do have options for people that make,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the average median and above. But those are the people we are
Mm-hmm.
definitely targeting, because it's not a lot of people out here making. So houses are right now, the market is running about, say, 250 a house,
Right.
250,000 a house. Well, you have to
Mm-hmm.
make at least one third of that, which would be a little over $80,000.
A year.
Yes, to afford a house. So how many people? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why this is needed.
In
This is
this
why the land
community,
trust is needed and
it
necessary.
really is because Paul, let me tell you, a 2 bedroom and 1 bath on Staley. I get them confused. It was in. I was looking at it. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. You know they want 2,100 for it for rent, and then they asking for you to make 3 times the rent. That's like $6,500.
Like, in a month, and it's not a lot of people making $20 an hour, $30. Well,
Exactly.
30, 20. Like, most people are making between the 15 to 17 to 18 range, probably clipping 20, but not pushing past that where they can actually make a living for themselves.
And Paul, guess what? The people who are asking you and telling you that you have to make that much don't even make that much.
Mm-mm.
So that is crazy to me.
Yeah,
So
but
guess what? That's why. Go ahead.
I
Go
was about
ahead,
to say,
Paul.
but Savannah is growing at such a rapid pace that, that's why we created the land trust. Well, not we. That's why the land trust was created, so
Mm-hmm.
that that problem can be solved, and that
Mm-hmm.
we can get people in houses, not just
Right.
apartments, but
No, not just
houses.
a right.
Because
They own home.
a house can actually. I know a lot of people believe a house is a liability, right? But an
Mm-hmm.
apartment is a. If you believe a house is a liability, an apartment is a liability, because you pay on an apartment and you get no equity out of that. If you at least pay a mortgage and own a house over a period of time, 5 to 10 years, that house grows in value.
Oh. See all that knowledge that you have, all that knowledge that you obtain, and then you guess what he's willing to do. He said he has been giving it away for free. I'm talking about people charge for the information that he has because he know where he has came from and where he is now, and he's trying to be an assistance to you. Now, guess what? For those that who can't afford to pay the brother, pay him. I'm sorry, Paul. Let me speak for you a little bit, okay? Pay him because the simple fact is people charge top-notch dollars for the information that you have, Mr. Paul.
Yes, I
And,
know.
and then you know what I love? You taught yourself.
I did a lot of things.
That is,
Yeah,
they think turning citizens don't statistically. Oh, they're just bad people. They don't have no sense. They're not intelligent. That's you got to change that false narrative. You have to
yes,
change. You can this young man, this not young man, excuse me, Paul, this grown man, he taught himself. Okay, he taught himself, and it's a lot more that he crypto. I never knew what crypto was until Paul said something about it. And then my son Jaden, he's 14. He was telling me about crypto. He didn't want to say that currency is going to be no good, and he's 14. Okay,
Yeah, it's true. They know. They know.
wow. And this
They
okay,
learning.
so Paul, was the Asian people the one who started talking about crypto?
No, I won't say that. Like a lot of the beginning of crypto is I don't want to say vague, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people understood that when you affect money
Mm-hmm.
like that on a large scale, you
Mm-hmm.
usually disappear. You usually
You s-
disappear. Disappear.
really? Why,
Come
Paul?
on now, you know this world banking system don't want no change without them approving it first. So when you bring change, come on, let's be
It's a
honest now.
problem. It's a
It's a
problem.
problem, a huge problem.
But
Actually, a lot of the first um people who established certain coins, they not here no more.
really?
It's just a few of them here, but it's it's some that's not.
Wow.
Some that's not. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we already know this about control. So
Pretty.
we just have to know how to move and maneuver, have
Mm-hmm.
some understanding, not be fearful, have some understanding so you understand what's going on. And
Okay.
for the biggest part, because this is what helped me um go from felon to returning citizen is build a relationship with God because he got all the knowledge. He been teaching us this stuff. He been telling us everything that's been going on for so long, and
Right.
we just need to start listening. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's
That's.
how I get all my wisdom and knowledge. That's how I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to retain and understand everything. Um, so I used to say I'm intelligent, but now I say I'm just able to receive from God
What? Guess
because
what?
this.
You know that I'm. I don't know if I should say this, but I am. You know, people are going to debate with you with that. That you say you obtain knowledge from God, so that. But guess what? Those who want to debate with that, the Bible say, "With all that, get understanding." And how's
Mhm.
people? Why do people perish for the lack of knowledge? So, Paul, guess what? You keep being who you are, but I want to know as time is winding down, Paul. So I just
Right.
want you to encourage the men and women that are still behind the walls and those that are just coming home from incarceration. Can you encourage our brothers and sisters, Paul?
Absolutely. Brothers and sisters, just one thing, we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna take it one day at a time.
Right.
One day at a time, one moment at a time, one action at a time, one thought at a time, one word. Probably can't do one word at a time. That'd probably be hard. But we're gonna do one thing at a time. We're gonna be patient with ourselves. We're gonna believe in ourselves. We're not gonna give up on ourselves, even when it's frustrating days. We take a day off, come back, hit it hard again. Make your I have a saying that's conquer the day. And in that, I make my biggest problems small problems. I don't
Mm-hmm.
stress about them. I pray about them. I try to put them in proper perspective for my thought process so that I can keep a positive attitude throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
I also take my smallest victories and blow them up and celebrate them like the biggest thing ever. So right now, after we get off, sister, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be shouting and hooping and hollering and smiling and laughing and joking because to me this is an amazing thing. You know what I mean? So
That's
brothers and sisters, y'all stay encouraged, keep believing, keep learning, keep growing, keep doing everything that you need to do. So when you get out, you can start taking action. And those who are already out and y'all struggling, listen to me. It's a lot of help out here. OAA Savannah is out here. They got resources. They got a large network. Y'all can tap in with me. Like I said, my name is Paul Thompson. I got resources. I got a large network. Hey, you can be helped if you want to be helped, and that's
that's
what it is.
that's right. I thank you so much, Paul, for coming on. You all, my co-host, Mr. Julius Campbell, the one who always said we may have started off wrong, but look at us now. We are occupational marriage. Oh man, we're entrepreneurs. We are doing what we're supposed to do to change the narrative about returning citizens. Okay, my sisters and brothers, prepare yourself. The doors one day will be open to you. This is Marie coming to your hearing. Have a good night, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Good night, Marie. You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
like this.